Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Bulgaria in Kaiserreich. And we're starting off with a new series. Okay. So, first off, I want to group these armies. I want to put 4 here. Okay. And I need 3 here. This. Okay. And then let's put all of these against Serbia. These two. And then the rest we're going to put on the border with Romania. Okay. And I want to make theater for all of these. Okay. Let's name this to Greece. These are Serbia, and these are Romania. Okay. Research. Let's do basic machine tools. Let's do construction and research. No template for what? For support equipment. Okay, trash that. Put on guns, because we're gonna need a lot of guns just to support our units. What do they use? Manpower and guns, okay. They use artillery. They have only infantry. 720 infantry, 900. How much? Manpower 6,000. Manpower now 9,000. I think I'm just going to do like that. We need to populate this Romanian border really fast. That's why I want as much units just to fill these gaps. Make it not possible for them to push. And also Ottoman Empire will probably join them. Okay, we have to do this. There is I think a focus where I can ask Ottomans not to attack us. So we make a deal. I don't know where that is. Probably here. After the war. Here it is. Yeah, enact non-aggression pact with the Ottoman Empire. That we need to do this before our war happens. Before it starts. Okay, civilian factory. 5 military, 5 civilian. Put more military factories because we need them. Let's build that. We'll also build. Oh, I don't think I need that. Okay. I could ask for steel, but it's going to really hurt. 7. I know. Minus 3,000 infantry. I mean, 31 per day. I'm using 120 per day. Let's speed things up. Okay, we're going to. Okay. We're going to read that. Operation Nishava. As greater as Bulgaria was after the Weltkrieg, it was and still is not uniform. Almost half of its population is made up of minorities. Turks, Greek, Romanians, Albanians, and especially Serbs. The latter have been the most problematic ever since the annexation of Skopje and Niš. During the Weltkrieg, Bulgarian forces did not hesitate to exterminate hundreds, if not thousands, and paved the way for the colonization of the new western provinces. While these measures were scaled down after the war, they never became soft. The harshness of territorial integration depended on the government. Some sought Bulgarization, others sought accommodation with the non-Bulgarians, even if that was despised by the radical far right. When the liberal concentration came to power in 1933, they abandoned any attempts at compromise. As advised by the Bulgarian army, they approved a mass operation against Serbian intellectuals and suspected separatists in Niš. Waving the State Protection Act in their hands, soldiers commanded by General Hristo Lukov arrested over 300 Serbian politicians, writers, and artists. Even 3 members of the Subrani were detained, though the operation was expected to pacify the region for good, as more and more harrowing stories came from Bulgarian prisons and martial courts. The more public opinion turned away from the government, they could no longer stomach a return to the terror of the Weltkrieg years, but it had to be done. -5 stability, niche compliance plus 5%, resistance plus 5%. Free military factories, put that on guns. Plus 24, okay. Continue. Let's see what we have. Okay, national. Conflict in the Subrani. The mood in the legislature of the Tsardom, the Subrani, was far from great. The arrest of 3 of its members, although short-lived, has reflected extremely poorly upon the government of Petko Stainov, and so have harrowing news from the western frontier, especially when foreign correspondents began getting their hands on the information and decrying the events as classic Balkan bloodletting. Under the orders of the opposition, aligned with the Committee of 5 of the Petorka, Prime Minister Stainov was forced to step on the Subrani podium for questioning, and had to defend himself for over an hour. Though he aimed to address as many of the concerns of his fellow parliamentarians as possible, it did not satisfy the agitated opposition, who were now out for blood, especially as several of the concentration's members were openly sympathetic. 2 speeches followed. Konstantin Muraviev, the firebrand of the reformed Agrarian National Union and nephew of the infamous Alexander Stambolsky, and Georgy Ganov, one of the 5 constitutionalist titans who give the name to the Petorka and a long-time leader of the Radical Democratic Party. Both of them announced the true culprit, the State Protection Act, a tool wielded by the absolutist Ferdinand and his son ever since the act's adoption under their puppet, General Georgiev. A conspiracy has developed between the dynasty and the liberal concentration, a plan to transform the country into an authoritarian dictatorship, and it is time for the Subrani to start fighting back. It is expected that as Bulgarian society is still in debate over Operation Nishava and the government's authoritarian powers, the Petorka will aim to push through an abolition of the act. The decision Prime Minister Stainov will have to either resist or support. We have time for a debate on this. Okay. And we want to actually be on the we want to abolish the state, I think. What do we get? Hmm. Yeah, we want to do that if we... Serbian resistance is near. Resistance target 20%. Game-based ability -2. Cancelled. Okay. Bill killed in committee. Not long after the bill to abolish the State Protection Act was proposed to the Sobrani, the parliamentary committee designed to review the bill has more or less killed it before it even reached the floor. The loyalists of the Crown Prince and right-wing nationalists have held up the delegates of the Constitutionalist coalition in questioning their patriotic motives and the necessity of the bill. And as we lack support across the parliament, it appears we will not be able to push the abolition through. Against. We will try again later. Moravia reaches out. Front lines are being drawn both in and out of parliament. The greatest prize which either party could claim is the Prime Minister, Petko Stainov. In 1933 he was put forward as a controllable pawn, a jurist and diplomat with a long parliamentary career, but little experience in the highest levels of government and an independent who could satisfy both the liberal concentration and moderate opposition members. Since then, however, his alignment has been more and more fluid. Those who know him well know that if push comes to shove, he will work for those who he believes will save Bulgaria. With this knowledge at hand, Konstantin Muraviev has reached out to the Prime Minister directly, offering Stainov a private meeting in one of the restaurants in Sofia's Tsar Osoboiditel Boulevard, where the two politicians would be able to discreetly discuss the matters of the day. Always straightforward, Moraviev laid out his position clearly. Ever since the adoption of the constitution of Tarnovo, the Tsardom has claimed more and more freedom and power from their hands, adding it to their possession. Our Lady, Bulgaria could hardly be called a democratic state, a shameful fall from grace for a country that was so proud of one of the first democratic constitutions in the Balkans. Now, this may sound great to a man who is serving as the Tsar's own prime minister. However, as Moravia points out, is being the puppet of an unhinged autocrat really what you wish to be known as in the history books? Is it not morally right for everyone who believes in democracy to stand up and say that we've had enough? What is the Prime Minister's reaction? The monarchy must be curtailed. I will not seek advice from Stapolkis to Maavonia shall stand against the State Protection Act, and we seek to abolish it. Yes, we want to abolish it. Let's now. Again. Wow. Bill killed in community. Black Monday. Not long after the bill. Okay, the same. Okay, so we can't do that. What is this? Then will lose strength and base ability. Can we complete it 5 times? Go with this. For the abolition, okay. Spin scandals about the royal family. Sven will gain some strength, yeah. I think I want. I want Sven to take. Yeah. Fearmongering, Sven will gain strength. For the chance. Yeah, let's make this Sven gain strength. this. Okay, remove that. Remove this. Okay. Bankruptcy in Bratia Bukovi. Bank runs in Germany in the aftermath of the Black Monday crash have reached Sofia. Fearing that something like what happened in Berlin will repeat here, the investors and normal civilians alike began rapidly withdrawing their deposits from one of the largest commercial banks in Bulgaria, Bratia Buklovi, the Buklovi brothers. Run by the aforementioned family, Buklovi rapidly expanded credit during the 1930s, riding off the wave of the economic miracle in Germany, all while offering loans to more and more untrustworthy debtors. This might not have been an issue a few years ago, as the profits from their operations would be more than worth the risk. But now this overconfidence has bitten them back. Millions of leva in loans are expected to never return to the bank, and its own debts mount by the day. A collapse of the bank is imminent and will likely lead to the collapse of Bulgaria's financial system. It falls upon the Bulgarian State Bank and the Directorate of State Guaranteeing Debts to figure out a solution. To them, the only way out is to minimize the losses by forcefully merging the Buklavi with another major bank. Now we're in for a bumpy ride. Plus 20 consumer goods, minus 20 construction speed, minus 10 factory output. Save the... Put them in Romania. Are all provinces here full? No, one. Okay, let's just put one. And that's... We fill the Greek border and we fill the Serbian border. Now we need to fill the Romanian border. Okay. Okay, the army will take action, Svena will, okay. Svena will gain some strength, yes. How much does Svena have? Okay. It's past the deposit protection law. National Legionaries grow in strength. The Union of Bulgarian National Legions is the most recent incarnation of a long history of nationalist Bulgarian paramilitaries, born from the vast amount of reservists and war veterans who were left on the streets after the Weltkrieg and sought a way to channel their frustration. Originally founded as a youth wing of Rodna Zaštita, the National Legion swiftly overtook their fathers and consolidated themselves as the leading force on the Bulgarian far right. Vehemently nationalist, anti-capitalist and anti-Semitic, they are clearly inspired by the similarly named regime in Romania, even if they recognize that they are Bulgaria's biggest enemy. The destitution across Bulgaria following the Black Monday crisis has empowered the legions. Not only that, but its leader Ivan Dochev and other legionaries took advantage of the crisis, organizing massive rural relief actions to aid the peasantry in their hours of need. Thousands of legionaries have marched to the countryside, aiding the peasants in their harvests and propagandizing their ideals along the way. At the moment, the legionaries are an ally of Sveno. However, this alliance is brittle, and it's no mystery that the radicalized young officers have their own agenda. Godriano is the enemy, not an example. Change popularity of national populism, Sveno will gain strength. Okay. They would likely fail. Okay. End of the Dobrogian Iron Guard. Bulgaria's State Protection Act has claimed another victim. The Dobrogian chapter of the Legion of Archangel Michael, more commonly known as the Iron Guard. It was first founded in 1933 and received a head start with a donation of hundreds of thousands of lev by the engineer Virgil Ionescu, which even earned him a promotion to lead the branch first in Constanta and then across all of Dobrogia. Though it officially declared itself to be a branch of the party in Bucharest, in practice it was autonomous due to the difficulty of controlling this branch behind the tense Bulgarian-Romanian border. This autonomy has led to the Dobrogian Iron Guard working alongside local parliamentary Romanian parties under the premise that all Romanians must work together, not like the PNR in Transylvania, an awkward situation considering the Iron Guard's stance towards the old parliamentary parties in mainland Romania. Citing the organization's collusion with foreign elements, vehement anti-Bulgarian rhetoric, and their plotting against the security of the Bulgarian state, the authorities have finally dissolved it. Its headquarters in Constanta were raided by police. Several of its leaders, including Ionescu himself, were arrested, and its property was seized. The ban went by without significant criticism in the Bulgarian parliament, but was met by protests among the Romanian minority in Dobrogia. Good riddance. Okay. Good. Let's go with support weapons. Okay. Let's go with fear mongering, yes. Yes, curtail the depth activate. Channel will gain strength. We want that. Then we can go with this. Requires all the following. Yes, this and this. Okay. I think this is a perfect time to end this episode. So, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.